My name is Yesenia Oyola. I am 43 years old. My mother is an alcoholic. While I was growing up, and still is. My father passed away while she was pregnant with me. At the age of 4, I was in a fire. I remember very clearly playing with matches in the kitchen, and I set my dress on fire. And when I did that, it got out of control, where my stepfather was downstairs and he heard my screaming. I was in the hospital for a year. And when I went to kindergarten, the kids were afraid of me. They seen my hands burned. I felt like I was a monster to them. My brothers and sisters were scared of me. They would call me ugly. They would call me all kinds of names that you can think of. And then I remember being 10 years old, my stepfather molesting me. My mother tried to commit suicide one evening and they took her to the hospital. And I remember being in the living room and he came to me, and that's when it happened. After that, it happened for a long time. I started at 13 with marijuana. I had my first son at 17. I gave my first son up at a couple months old to his father to raise him. But when that happened, I knew then that my life was over, so I started getting involved into drugs. I got shot with a .22 caliber, and I remember then that I didn't want to die like that. I remember laying on the corner saying, God, I know there's something else for me. I've been in rehabs after that. I remember sticking needles in my arm and crying, not having any more veins, to shoot myself up and saying, I know there's a better way. And it just took that one night where I said, I knew I was gonna die. I just knew I was gonna die. I remember calling my ex-husband and he said, there is a program. You need to come now, get on that bus. And I remember he said, if you don't get on that bus, don't look back, because you will never see your son again. I couldn't take that chance anymore because I've lost everything. And I said, I know I'm better than this. I know there's something out there for me. And there were so many people in my life that overlooked my potential. But being here, people saw my potential. They seen something, even through the hurt and even through the temper tantrums and the crying, and I should have been thrown out because I was hardcore. My heart was a heart of stone, but God eventually turned it in flesh, and my pastor, my people's here did not give up on me. But if there's one thing that I can leave you with, is that there is hope to the hopeless. I've been restored with my 2 children. I am a voice today to the voiceless. I didn't have a voice then. Today I have a voice. I go out and minister and I tell the word of God. I try to tell people God has set me free, and if he could do that for me, he could do that for you. There is a way out, but you have to surrender. You have to know that there is no other way. You belong to Christ.